we have kind of been learning about that stuff this week. Like, what was this that we did? Yes, and then what did y'all do yesterday?
Reading addition.
And what was that fun game that we played with the number lines? So, what we're going to do today, you're going to learn what an array is, how we use them in real life, and how to create arrays using different materials, which is what we have set around the room. And I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So, who wants to read? Abby, read the heading for me.
What is an array?
Okay, June, I want you to read that first little bit.
An array is a set that shows equal amounts of items in groups.
In what?
Rows.
Rows.
And columns.
Columns. So it's a set that shows equal amounts of items in rows and columns. Okay, let's keep that in our brains. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. Mackenzie, read this next heading to me.
Why do you need to know what an array is?
Okay, Catalina, read that first little point.
Because it organizes items and makes counting easier.
But how does making an array in rows and columns make counting easier? Like, how could we use that? Who has an idea? Abby? Yeah, that's like what we did when Miss Dees was writing on the board yesterday. What about this? What about when y'all just helped me paint? And I had all my paint colors, I didn't know what to do with them, and y'all told me how to put them in order. Because now I have how many rows? 1, 2, 3 rows, and 1, 2, 3 columns. So is my paint organized now?
Yes.
Can I just look at it and grab it?
Yeah.
And know what to paint with? Yeah. So who wants to read the second point to us? Victoria.
Because you will have problems in the
Determine
that multiplication is the solution. Using arrays is a multiplication strategy. Like repeated addition, equal groups, and number.
So, Aiden, next year when you go to 3rd grade and you take that big O test, you're going to have problems on there, word problems, and you're going to have to think, oh my goodness, how can I multiply this? I can use an array. I can put these items into rows and columns to make counting easier for myself. But you know what? You don't just use it in school. You can use it in real life. And we'll talk about some more real life examples. So, quickly read the last point for us, Abby. Arrays in real life, which we're going to talk about. Yes, ma'am.
Arrays.
I sure did. Yes, y'all helped me do that. So you've already made one array. So I need someone to read this loud and proud. Madeline.
How do arrays make counting easier?
So how does an array make counting easier, Miss Shirley? You tell me that it does, but how does it? So Miss C is about to show us on this next slide. You're going to see some craziness. We learned about the 3 little pigs and the big bad wolf. Which one is easier to count just by looking at it? The pigs, because they're in rows and columns. So someone raise their hand and tell me how many we got up there. Victoria.
6.
6.
9.
9. Gabriel's right. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7, 8, 9.
We got all these wolves all over the place, so they would need to be. They're not in order, but this is. So, an array is an organization strategy too, because you're sorting and grouping.
Wolf goes everywhere and the 3 little pigs stay together.
Right. So, how can you use arrays in real life? We're about to find out. Cutter Man, where are you at? I want you to read this one. If
Cutter's wrong.
Okay, I have one cutter in this classroom. Five. So Cutter's mom has her plant business, and we can go buy beautiful plants from her. So this could be an example of what Amanda is growing in her garden. So the rows, which you can't see the full picture, but count with me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
No. That's the rows. Now we're about to do the columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see if it's actually 35. Y'all count with me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35.
So was it actually 35?
Yes,
So, you know,
Yes.
7 rows and 5 columns of plants is 35 plants. So that's how Cutter's mom could use it. No, I didn't.
The plants were covering it up.
Because of this big one right here. So it's just not showing in the picture. Alright, Misty, show us another real life example. So who wants to read this one for me? Aiden, I want you to sit up and read this.
If this girl says you must have 9 different colors of paint for a project, you could sort your paint colors into an array to easily count them.
So, like what we just did, y'all helped me paint for my grandma. So if Miss Carla were to come back, I know she's at the intermediate right now, but if she said, everyone in here is going to draw or paint a picture for their grandma, and you had to have 9 different colors of paint, could you do right there? That right there?
Yeah.
You could do 3 different groups of 3. How many rows do we have?
3.
How many columns do we have? 3. So that's another example of how y'all could use this in your life. And we have one more. So who wants to read that up at the top? I want June to read that.
If you are making salad,
Salsa.
and you need 8 tomatoes, you could use this array to see if you have 8
Enough.
for
So how many rows do I have?
8.
Rows. 2 rows of
8.
4. So this is the row side by side. Liam, this is the column up and down. But there is 8. So if my recipe had 8, I needed 8 tomatoes. Would this be enough? Yes. So that array helped me to see, oh, that's enough tomatoes for my recipe. And you could use that too if you were ever making salsa with your parents or grandparents. So, yes, Mackenzie, tell me which one is the row? Stand up and show me. The row. That's okay. That's why we're reviewing it. So rows are side by side. Say it with me.
Rows are side by side.
Columns are up and down.
Up
Say it with me.
down.
Columns
Columns
are
are up and down.
Thank you, Lynn. So you have to remember that for what we're about to do. So Madeline, which way are rows? Show me with your arms. Rows. Up and down, side by side. Rows. Elijah, which way are columns? Up and down. Ellie, which way are rows? Side by side. Zariah, which way are columns? Which way are columns, June? Which way are rows, Julissa? Rows. Side by side. I'm going to put that up here so that way you remember.
Yeah. Rows are
Which way, Catalina?
side by side.
Which way are columns?
Up and down. Up and down. Uppy and down. I got a good idea.
What is your good idea?